Ladies and gentlemen, back in February and March, I had read online that the pilots at these airlines were protesting and some went on strike. Well, look like their headaches are now getting worse. Here we are in April, and there's not enough pilots to fly the planes in America. So you may wonder, why is there a bus on the tarmac? Because they're using buses to transport passengers from one airline to the next. Woo, just when you thought things couldn't get worse in America. Airlines hiring buses to transport passengers between airports during pilot shortage. Y'all done pissed off the pilots. America got these problems, ladies and gentlemen, because they don't know how to treat people. They don't know how to treat people. And this is really something that is historic. You can go all the way back to the beginning. They got rotten ass attitudes, but they want you to still work for them. And people are changing now, and they're not going to take that kind of stuff on a regular basis. And that's all these folks know how to dish out. So, several U.S. airlines struggle to find pilots amid nationwide shortage, are hiring bus companies to transport passengers to airports in cities that are only a short flight away. American Airlines, the country's largest airline, announced a partnership with a coach company earlier this month to transport passengers between Philadelphia International Airport and airports in Allentown, Pennsylvania, 73 miles away, and Atlantic City, New Jersey, 56 miles away. American and the bus company, Landline, said the service would be easy to transport people between two different airports rather than flying. The service is scheduled to begin June 3rd. United Airlines also has deals with Landline, which is based in Fort Collins, Colorado. United has offered a one-stop connection on the buses from the Denver airport to Breckenridge to Fort Collins since April 1st. The company said it raised $28 million dollars to expand its geographic reach. And this is the bus company saying this. The bus services come as airlines desperately try to hire new pilots. The shortage will likely cause ticket prices to skyrocket as airlines have been forced to ground some of their fleet, increasing demand. Over the next 15 years, the United States will lose half of its pilots, according to the Regional Airline Association, as the Federal Aviation Association mandates that all pilots must retire at 65. American Airlines expects 5,000 of its 15,000 pilots to retire within the next 7 years, according to ABC. The pandemic has also caused a wave of early retirements. U.S. Airlines hope to add 13,000 pilots just this year, but America produces only between 5,000 and 7,000 pilots annually, according to American Airlines and United Airlines. Pilot shortage for the industry is real. And most of the airlines are simply not going to be able to realize their capacity plan because there simply aren't enough pilots, at least for the next 5 plus years. Mm-mm-mm. The other really large airlines will also probably be able to attract enough pilots, but for anyone else, I just don't think it's mathematically possible to meet the pilot demand for the capacity plan that are out there. All right, so this is the CEO of United Airlines, Scott Kirby. He said that United's regional partners have grounded 150 planes because of the pilot shortage. JetBlue announced it would be cutting 8 to 10% of its flights beginning in May through the summer, citing the challenge of staffing situation, the airline told CNN. So, I mean, all of these airlines are struggling to find pilots. Mm, mm, mm. Like the Most High is shutting down these industries, don't it? And these people heavily depend on travel, especially in the spring and summer. That's usually when travel jumps up for the season until fall. With all these flights being canceled because there's just not enough pilots. Ooh, these tickets are going to be high for anybody that needs to fly this year. And who knows how you're going to get there. So, American is hiring 50 to 70 pilots at a higher rate than any time in history, according to ABC. So they're trying to hire them and give them a better salary. United hopes to hire more than 2,000 pilots this year and has opened its flight school, Aviate Academy, and plans to train 5,000 pilots by 2030 at a subsidized cost in exchange for the commitment to fly with the airline. United predicts it could be 5 to 6 years before there's relief for midsize and regional flights. And they are also struggling to find more pilots, ABC News reported. So it's not just these airline giants, it's really all across the board in the country. They are just struggling. I mean, this could be devastating for the industry because they got to ground planes. There's nobody to fly the planes. So all of these big top dollar planes are going to be grounded just sitting there. I mean, wow. Wow. This is absolutely crazy. This could really devastate many of the airlines because this is definitely a loss of a lot of money for them, especially during the biggest travel season too. Oh boy. Y'all tell me what you think. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video.